Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. We are Kenneth and Lisa Bristol, and we want to welcome you to a Team United International training and information session. Today's topic: are you fired up or just inflamed? This training will show you shocking studies and information you may not have known, as well as a wonderful solution. Let's start with a blaze we all have in common: arthritis. What is it? The word arthritis actually means joint inflammation. So, is your doctor's primary focus removing the inflammation? Arthritis is a general term used for over 100 rheumatic diseases and conditions surrounding the tissue and other connective tissue. Characterized by pain and stiffness in and around the joints, can also involve the immune system as well as organs in the body. Who is at risk of developing arthritis? Anyone and everyone. What are the factors in developing arthritis? Age, risk increases with age. Gender, 60% of arthritics are women. Gout, however, is more common in men. Genetics, specific genes play a role in the risks of certain types of arthritis. Overweight and obesity contribute to knee osteoarthritis. Joint damage contributes to the joint developing arthritis. Infection. Microbial agents can contribute to various arthritic conditions. Occupation. Repetitive knee bending contributes to osteoarthritis of the knee. What causes arthritis? Causes do vary. Elevated uric acid causes gout. Certain infections can cause certain forms of arthritis. Causes of many other forms of arthritis are at this stage unknown. Scientific studies include factors involved with genetics, lifestyle, and environment. What are the most common types of arthritis? In the United States, osteoarthritis, then gout, then fibromyalgia, lastly, rheumatoid arthritis. What are the symptoms of arthritis? It varies by the type of arthritis and the location on the body. Pain and stiffness in and around one or more joints can develop gradually or even suddenly. Most often a chronic disease, so symptoms can come and go or persist. What should I do if I think I have arthritis? As there is no cure for most types of arthritis, the first thing you should do is see your doctor. Have it identified. Early diagnosis and proper management are essential. Manage your personal activities and lifestyle. Manage your inflammation. What can I do to prevent arthritis? Nothing, but you can reduce the risks of development. You can maintain appropriate body weight. You can protect your joints from overuse. Protect your joints from damage. And protect your joints from injury. What are the treatments for arthritis? Treatment focus is to control pain, minimize joint damage, and improve or maintain quality of life. According to the College of Rheumatology, may include medication, non-pharmacologic therapies such as physical or occupational therapy, splints or joint assistive aids, patient education and support, weight loss, And of course, the worst case scenario, surgery. I have arthritis. What should I do? Moderate exercise is recommended. Recent studies show moderate physical activity about 5 days a week can help relieve pain and stiffness in joints. It may also give you more energy, as well as enhance your mood and help make you feel more positive. Weight control is essential. Recent research shows that maintaining a healthy weight reduces risks in developing osteoarthritis and may even decrease disease progression. Losing just 11 pounds can decrease risk of developing osteoarthritis, and losing just 5% of body weight may reduce pain and or future disability. Immune system maintenance. Certain forms of arthritis affect the immune system, and your liver can be affected by many of the medications. Protect yourself with this information. Note: there are arthritis programs available to assist in the education and management of all forms of arthritis. Do you realize how many people in the United States have arthritis? An astounding approximation of 50 million. That is 1 in every 6 adults. Staggering information. But what is more shocking is approximately 300,000 children under the age of 18 have already developed arthritis. What does a 25-year veteran surgeon say about this killer we call inflammation? The article is very long and can be found in its entirety at the following web address. We pulled out some main points. Physicians, with all their experience and knowledge, were wrong. Today is his day to right that wrong. So here it is, straight from a veteran physician. After over 5,000 open heart surgeries, he shares medical and scientific proof of what is right. Previously accepted therapy recommended a low-fat diet and medication to lower cholesterol. They insisted a severely restricted fat intake diet with lower cholesterol and heart disease. America, people, listen, and I quote, "That is not working. We were wrong." These recommendations are no longer scientifically or morally defensible. Inflammation in the artery wall is the real cause of heart disease. Despite the fact that 25% of the population takes expensive statin medication, and despite the fact that we have reduced the fat content of our diets, more Americans will die this year of heart disease than ever before. Statistics from the American Heart Association show that 75 million Americans currently suffer from heart disease, 20 million have diabetes, and 75 million have pre-diabetes. Simply stated, without inflammation being present in the body, there is no way that cholesterol would accumulate in the wall of the blood vessel and cause heart disease and strokes. Without inflammation, cholesterol would move freely through the body as nature intended. It is inflammation that causes cholesterol to become trapped. Inflammation is not complicated. It is quite simply your body's natural defense to a foreign invader, such as bacteria, toxin, or virus. The cycle of inflammation is perfect in how it protects your body from these bacterial and viral invaders. However, if we chronically expose the body to injury by toxins or foods the human body was never designed to process, a condition occurs called chronic inflammation. Chronic inflammation is just as harmful as acute inflammation is beneficial. People have simply followed the recommended mainstream diet that is low in fat and is high in polyunsaturated fats and carbohydrates, not knowing we were causing repeated injury to our blood vessels. This repeated injury creates chronic inflammation, leading to heart disease, stroke, diabetes, and obesity. Let me repeat that. The injury and inflammation in our blood vessels is caused by the low-fat diet recommended for years by mainstream medicine. Biggest culprits of chronic inflammation are the overload of simple, highly processed carbohydrates, sugar, and flour, and all the products made from them. Also, the excess consumption of omega-6 vegetable oils like soybean, corn, and sunflower that are found in many processed foods contribute to chronic inflammation. Foods loaded with sugars and simple carbohydrates or processed with omega-6 oils for long shelf life have been the mainstay of the American diet for 6 decades. These foods have been slowly poisoning everyone. While you may not be able to see it, rest assured it is there. I saw it in over 5,000 surgical patients spanning 25 years who all shared one common denominator: inflammation in their arteries. What is the number one killer of Americans? Heart disease. What is the number two killer of Americans? Cancer. Here is a very serious question whose answer may just shock you. What is the number two killer of American children? Cancer. Need more proof? In a medical version of the unified field theory in physics, many scientists now believe that most or perhaps all chronic diseases may have the same trigger: inflammation. This fiery process has been linked to everything from heart attacks and strokes to type 2 diabetes, Alzheimer's disease, and even cancer. What do 7 of the top 10 killers have in common? We're talking about heart diseases, cancers, respiratory diseases, cerebrovascular diseases, Alzheimer's disease, diabetes, influenza, and pneumonia. They all have one thing in common: the same death trigger: inflammation. This was shocking to us, and we understand that many people and experts believed that this list is a result of the Western diet. So we did a lot more research. We went across the globe because the question we had was, what are the top killers in other countries? So as we searched around and as we did our research, this is what we found. They're all the same. They're just in different order. All of these countries have the same killer: inflammation-based diseases. The leading causes of death globally are the same as they are in the United States, just in different order. The real tragedy is what's missing from this list. We don't hear it enough in our world today of people dying of old age. Need more proof? Some researchers now believe that low-grade inflammation is associated with everything from heart disease and diabetes to Alzheimer's and arthritis, and may even be the cause of most chronic diseases. This is not an entirely new theory. Inflammation was implicated in cancer many years ago. There is an easy way to test for inflammation, since it can prompt the liver to produce a protein in the blood known as C-reactive protein. Elevated levels of CRP often accompany or signal an increased risk of heart attack and stroke. Chronic, low-grade systemic inflammation fueled by such disorders as excessive belly fat, poor diet, lack of exercise, smoking, and gum disease may explain why lifestyle-linked diseases have reached epidemic levels in Western countries, while remaining rare in the developing world. There are clear indications that inflammation explains why plaque builds up in the arteries in patients with arteriosclerosis, says Philip Schauer, MD, director of the Bariatric and Metabolic Institute at the Cleveland Clinic. Chronic inflammation also plays a direct role in diabetes, high blood pressure, sleep apnea, asthma, and many other conditions. Why do we tell you all of this? Because we want you to live a long and prosperous life without pain. What should you do? Not now, but right now. This video has shared some pain and life-saving information with you. You now have medical and scientific proof that you should reduce the inflammation in your and your children's bodies. Thank you for watching this Team United International Training and Information session.